Hey guys, happy holidays. I hope you're doing well. I wanted to jump on and do a reading, kind of pull some cards, get some messages. I feel like one, it's been a while since I've done it, especially like a full reading. And also I just feel like there's so many changes that have taken place over the last few weeks, even the last few days. There's been so many triggers, so many towers, just so many things kind of breaking down, perceptions changing, the way we're handling things are changing. Just so much stuff is going on. Excuse me. So I'm not going to really talk about that. I'm just going to kind of pull some cards and kind of see what messages Spirit has for us and kind of guide us. The only thing I do want to say though is with the holiday season, I feel like for some reason it's just super triggering to people. I know for me, this year hasn't been too triggering with this, probably because I've had so much other shit going on. But sometimes it is like where, you know, you might see like your friends or other people who are like with family or loved ones, and you might not have, you know, that type of family that you desire, the family you've always kind of wanted or things like that. So I know like a lot of times this is like the period of time where we're seeing all this togetherness. And for the people who don't really have that, it's very triggering or it's very emotional. It can be feeling like very like lonely and stuff like that. So just try to take care of yourself. Try to honor your feelings. You're not alone. Like, people do care about you. You are definitely not alone. A lot of us do go through it. I think for some reason we just don't talk about it. I think we don't talk about it a lot of times because we see all these people, you know, being happy, and we don't want to like rain on their parade, or we think that like we can't have our feelings and be happy for people at the same time. Like, you know, we don't want to like ruin other people's stuff, whatever it is for you, you know, but you're not alone. A lot of people go through this. A lot of people think about like loss. Like a lot of people, you know, kind of have a reflection period. I think it's partially because of the pressures with the holiday and the end of the year. I feel like this holiday in particular, this season has been really triggering for people. We're having like big collective shifts, but we're also having a lot of like personal shifts. I got the letting go card. It flew out. I don't know if you saw it, but having like a lot of personal shifts and stuff. So there's just a lot of changes taking place right now. And yeah, I think it's just really triggering for people. I think that's kind of what's going on. Okay. So on the bottom, we got outsider and rightness. And this, I feel like part of it is the message I just said, like you're kind of seeing what other people have that maybe you want. It might not just be the holiday stuff. It might also be like the family. It might be friendships. It might be jobs. It might be romantic relationships, like opportunities, things like that. And it's painful, but what you don't realize that's going on is you're actually kind of going to your inner child, and you're seeing these areas where your inner child did not receive what he or she wanted. Like, and what's happening is it's making you actually see what your desires are. And as you're seeing what your desires are, your needs, your wants, all of these things, you're actually unblocking things that are in the way for you to receive that. So, you know, we brought this up. I'm talking when I say we, they're like speaking through me. Let me say it a different way because it came out really weird though. They brought this up. I want to say it was the October reading. I don't remember if it was the monthly forecast or one of the readings. I'm pretty sure it was October, maybe September. And they kept on saying apples, like being significant, apple, tree, something like that. We didn't fully get the message, but if you think of the significance of it, it often you see a lot of apple stuff in the fall season, the winter season. And it's like when the abundance comes in, you know, the tree has been blossoming, you know, the rain, the water, like all of that stuff is helping the tree to grow and to blossom. And then we get, you know, the apples and stuff. So it's like, even if you are feeling like left out right now, like it's an opportunity for you to reflect and see what you want so you can actually move forward to get it. But a lot of you guys, this more so I get is just a reflection period to kind of help you release stuff to get into what you actually want. We got letting go, celebration, transformation. So this kind of feels separate. They don't really feel totally together. I think they go together, but with the letting go card, a lot of you are seeing things from a higher perspective or a different perception. You might be getting clarity to cycles that you've been in and your own participation in them, or your own actions that maybe cause some of these things to happen, or where you're looking at things in one way and you're kind of getting clarity and seeing it in a different way right now. But you're letting go of old perceptions, old thoughts. You're also letting go of past relationships, with any relationship, romantic, even old versions of yourself, friends, family, all of the relationships that were unhealthy, the unhealthy thoughts, unhealthy habits, the belief systems, the defense mechanisms, coping skills, all that stuff that you learned and the information you thought was good for you at the time. You're releasing all of that. You've already been doing this most of the year, but some of it might be coming back up or coming up in a different way. And as it's releasing, you're probably getting some clarity with it. With this celebration card, it's like some type of opportunity or something's going to come in for you guys. I keep getting unexpected though. Like it's coming in unexpected, and it might just come in a different way than you're expecting it to. You might have like a certain like tunnel vision belief system of how it's going to happen or what exactly is going to happen. And it might just look different than you're expecting it, or it might just kind of come out of nowhere and surprise you, where you're just kind of like, oh, wow. Okay. But it's not anything bad. It feels something very like soft, very love energy, very just passionate excitement, soul energy is what I'm getting with this. With this transformation card, oof, hold on. I just got like so dizzy. We just had a weird ass shift right now. Hold on. Jeez. With the transformation card, they're saying renewal and rebirth. Like a lot of you guys are literally at the end of the cycle. You've been completing the end of this cycle for the last few weeks to few months. And you can actually feel you're shifting right now. You can kind of see the end of it. You can see where some of those lessons are showing you where you weren't standing in your power, where you weren't choosing yourself, where you were running away from things, where you were pushing things away. Whatever it is for you, you're kind of getting more of the picture, like you're getting the bigger picture and the understanding. And as you're doing that, you can actually feel that you're about to leave this cycle, because you're like almost finished with the lessons. Like you might be getting tested right now. But for most of you, if this is you, you're sitting in those emotions, you're sitting in those energy, you're focusing inward, and you're saying, what is this teaching me? How is this helping me grow? You're not running away. You're actually going into it. You're acknowledging what's going on. You're owning up to it internally, what's going on, and you're focusing on the internal, and you're focusing on your intuition, and you're seeing the illusions. And when they're triggering you, what you're doing is you're going within, and you're seeing what you actually know versus what you're seeing. And you're learning to get information from yourself. A lot of you guys also are learning to let go of control. You're learning to accept things the way they are. For some of you, you're learning to step up and lead and take like on leadership roles, or to come into your divinity, to come into your truth, your soul truth, things like that. So it's going to be a little bit different for everybody, but it's actually a really beautiful message. We got the Wheel of the World on the bottom. So, we can look at it symbolic of Earth, which is very, grounded, very mother energy, but it just feels like this big collective shift. I've been getting, as they're opening my gifts up more, I've been getting a lot of collective energy lately, and I've been channeling what we're healing and why we're healing it. I don't fully have all this stuff. I know for the last month around Thanksgiving-ish, we started going into inner child. So we were pretty just active in our inner child, where we were kind of just seeing where we didn't feel loved, we didn't feel cared about, we didn't feel desired. We were kind of seeing things different. It's going to be different for everybody, of course, but we're seeing things different. And Wednesday night we had a shift. I could literally feel the energy shift. And I went back into adult Brittany, and I'm like, oh, damn, this is nice. But then we were kind of walking around in ego, and we're still a little bit in ego right now, because we're needing to see how we handle things, how we perceive things, how we deal with stress, we deal with triggers, we deal with disappointment. We're needing to see these things so we can work on our responses to stuff and not become reactionary to stuff, and trust in ourselves and just all kinds of shit. So there's a lot collectively, that type of stuff healing. excuse me, a lot of the light workers are doing that work now, so people can follow us afterwards so we can guide them and help them. A lot of health issues are coming up right now for people to heal their trauma and see where health actually comes from. It's not from food, and it's not from genetics and all the stuff we're told. It's actually from our energy and our trauma and us not honoring ourselves and coming into our soul truth. So there's a lot of that type of stuff going on. There's a lot of shifts in perceptions of the way we've thought things work with the school system, medical system, mental health, just all kind of religious, politics, all kinds of shit. I mean, like literally so much stuff. I can't even explain it. Oh, we got balance. Just there's so much. I can't even like go into all of it right now. I do not have the energy right now to even, maybe we'll do that in one of the podcast episodes, which I think I'm gonna be doing in January. They told me that, well, they showed me a vision of the podcast thing, but I was getting a sense like it was going to be in January. So I don't know if it's going to take off in January or whatever, we'll see. And I pulled the financial material changes when I said that. So we got awareness, spiritual strength, and heartache and loss. So a lot of, I just want to see what this card is underneath. New beginnings. I was like, something's like, pull that card. We got another earth. New beginnings. Like the new beginnings are coming. You're just letting go of things that hurt you, of things that held you back from being like the authentic version of you and who you really are. And like a lot of you guys are coming into your power. And in order to come into your power, you have to release all the things where you gave up your power, where you gave up who you truly are. So a lot of you have been being triggered over the last few months, especially to really see these areas where you're not being you, doing what you want because you're afraid because people told you it was wrong, shit like that. So with awareness and spiritual strength, and this is kind of what I said before, the same message is like, you're getting clarity and awareness to why you are in this lesson. And as you're going through it, you're internally growing. Your soul is connecting more to your human version of you, like the ego version, like all of, I don't even know how to explain it. Like they're all kind of work separately and they're working together. There's like a consciousness within where it's connecting to the soul more, where we're not listening to conditioning as much. We're not listening to ego as much. We're coming from our soul truth. And there's awareness coming for the areas where we're not in alignment, for areas where we're not doing the things I said earlier. All of that, you're internally growing and you're growing your connection to your soul and your connection to your intuition and self. And they're giving me a message to give you is when you're seeing things outside of you that are opposite or different than what your intuition has told you. Your intuition is accurate. Trust your intuition. Sometimes there's illusions that are being placed in your face to help you trust your intuition. And after you do, you'll actually be able to see it clearly at the time you're supposed to. Maybe not right away, but at the time you're supposed to. We don't always see shit clearly. Like I just got messages last night about shit that happened, like that I did over a year ago that I had no idea I even did. Choices, I obviously knew I made the choices, but my intention or my belief behind it, you know, I thought I was doing it for one reason and I was doing it for that reason. But seeing the other side of how it actually was not in favor of what I actually wanted because I was doing a lot of stuff out of reaction and out of fear. And I kind of got this clarity last night on it. And I would literally, I'm like sitting outside and it's like nighttime, like sitting outside and I'm like, oh, damn. Okay. Oh, damn. I'm like, y'all just hit me hard with that shit. And I'm just like, I mean, I'm not going to be mad at myself. Obviously, I made the choices I needed to make at the time and I was doing what was right for me with the, you know, information I had at the time, with the awareness I had and where I was at that time. Obviously, now that I know that, when the same type of situations are coming up, I'm doing the opposite, which is why I got the clarity when I got the clarity. But, you know, we have these, the information comes in for us at the time it's supposed to. And when it comes in, that is like you getting the answer ahead of time so you can work through the lesson a lot easier than you used to. But if things are out of your control, try not to spiral with them. Try to give it up to spirit and ask them for guidance and let them help you, okay? Like when I tell you so much shit in the last week, literally it's just like one thing after the next of like not even just emotional, trauma shit coming up. I mean, it's like everything, like stuff with my house, stuff with my fucking business. Shit happened this morning again. My friendships, just my own, personal stuff going on. And I'm just like, So I haven't been reacting out of it. I've been, for the most part, what is this teaching me? What are my emotions? Like at a different level, normally I'm like, what am I feeling and why? Well, I've learned, stop looking at it like that. It's like, what is it teaching me? And looking at, okay, when I'm looking at what it's teaching me, I'm going into what I need to heal. And as I'm going into what I need to heal, all this shit and pressure kind of goes away. Some of the stuff I don't have clarity to. And normally, in the past, I used to freak out about the unknown. And I'm like, oh my God, and I feel unsafe. So when those situations are coming up now, I'm like, okay, I don't feel safe. Why don't I feel safe? And it's pulling up kind of the trauma almost immediately that's sitting under there that feels familiar to what happened in the past. Even if it's not the same thing, it feels familiar. And so that's kind of like what's coming up for a lot of people, or it might be coming up for you, or this is like to help you with awareness. So when it does come up for you, how to handle it. But when something's kind of out of your control and it feels like it just keeps like falling apart and falling, just let it and go through whatever you need to go through. You don't need to worry about the end result. Like it's all going to work out. A lot of times when we're in it, we feel like things aren't going to work out. And I think the thing is, we can have both perceptions, both, opinions, where we can sit there and we can, be in our demise, and we could sit there and just say, this fucking sucks. I feel like nothing's going to work out. Nothing ever works out for me, whatever it is. But also we can sit and say, even though I feel this way, I do actually know that, whatever this is probably helping me. I might not, I might not be able to, understand it, but it is, working out for me, or whatever it is for you. And we can be in both energies. Like that happened to me last week. I was in fucking hell last week, literally like the emotional hell. And I was just like, to the point where I almost drank to deal with it, which I don't drink to deal with my shit since a long ass time ago. I didn't drink. I almost did. That's how bad it was. And I was just like, holy fuck. And I was just like, no, I'm done for the night. Leave me the fuck alone. And I was like, I know that this is probably helping me with something, which it was. It helped me release a lot of shit I needed to. But I was like, also, I don't feel like that right now. I'm like fucking angry and I'm hurt and I feel like this. And I'm like, I don't fucking care if this is helping me, because this sucks. And, but under the surface, I know, like, and I'll validate myself as like, yes, this sucks, but I also do know that this is okay in the long run. Like something's, it's going to work out. It's not going to stay like this. So it's okay to be in both energies. It's also okay to not trust. If we're going to be honest, it's okay to not always trust. There's a reason if we don't trust, there's a reason why we don't trust. It's not because something's, disingenuous or a lie. It's because we have trauma where people prove to be untrustworthy, things prove to be untrustworthy. We don't want to hold the past against new situations, but we can also use it as opportunities to reflect and to learn and to grow, and to not force ourselves to trust or feel safe when we don't. And like being honest with ourselves, no, I don't fucking feel safe going into this. I know it's what's best for me and I'm going to do it, but I don't feel fucking safe with it, and trying to bring ourselves to a place of safety in those moments, so a lot of stuff can be conflicting, but best thing is trust your fucking intuition. I promise you, I know how hard it is sometimes. I even told that to Spirit earlier. I was just like, you realize how hard I'm actually like struggling with this shit right now. I'm like, you do realize that, and I'm trying really fucking hard to stand in my power, and I'm like, this is not easy at all, but I'm doing it. So, if I fall backwards, I fall backwards because I'm supposed to. It's okay. It's not a big deal. We got to stop being so hard on ourselves and other people about shit. We got balance, crown chakra, financial, material changes. Balance is definitely coming. They're saying like balance is definitely coming. You are going to be having different thoughts coming in, but some of them are coming into clear, so you can actually bring balance to what your true nature is without all of the trauma and conditioning and shit from other people that you learned. And you should be getting some type of clarity or awareness to how you receive information and pick it up, or like where you allow those choices and those outside conditionings to dictate your behaviors and decisions and stuff like that. And as this happens, there's going to be shifts taking place. A lot of people, it's taking place like the end of December, which we're within the next few days for some of us. And for some of us, it's going to be like mid-January. Like I was getting specific dates. I'm going to probably do a January reading and I'll tell you the dates and we'll see if we can channel what is actually going to happen with those dates, because I know specific dates. They've told me, I just don't know what's going to happen with them. Like, you know what I mean? Like what the relevance of them, but I don't think we're supposed to know right now because whatever's transitioning hasn't happened. Like we're kind of in the middle of it right now. But yeah, so, all right, let me pull some cards and we'll see. Saturn structure, North Node future. And remember they brought up in the reading a few months ago, Saturn. I swear to God, I've seen Saturn shit since then. We got 7th house relationship and Leo shine. We got collaborate underneath. Some of you guys are learning how to step into your power. And as you do that, your relationships are going to shift in a positive way. Anything that's unhealthy is going to kind of fall away. So just keep like doing what's best for you. Keep communicating, setting boundaries, whatever you need to for you. I definitely get this like soulmate relationships. Like as you stand in your power, your like light brightens and like you're naturally attracting in like a healthy like soulmate relationship. And you're definitely, this energy, if this is for you, going to be working together with them, like collaborating with them, which we did get that message before. I know I channeled that message for myself too. So we did get that. Well, I didn't channel it for myself, they told me, but yeah. Okay, we got Saturn structure, North Node future. I love how freaking these kind of like look similar to each other. Reminds me of like a Disney ride. Like something is being built and they're saying it's starting at your core, like you're starting at your soul, like, and it's growing outward. And as it does, it's going to help you excel for the future. So they're saying like a lot of the things that have transpired over the last few months, where the last few years really, but especially the last few months, probably this whole year, 2022, even like last year too, like late 2021, like all of those cycles and mini cycles were helping you grow internally. We're helping you become more confident, helping you become more empowered, helping you build your internal structure. And did you guys just see that? That literally just freaked me out because it just did it again. The lights just flashed. Oh my God, if the electric goes out again, I'm gonna lose my shit. It literally went out last night, like 3 something in the morning. I have no idea why I was out for a few hours. The fuck, it just like flashed twice. It just freaked me the fuck out. I don't know. I feel like some energy in my house right now, so Jesus. Anyway, it is helping you to grow in your power. Oh my God, what the fuck is going on with this energy? We have like a massive shift right now. Holy shit, hold on. Why are they doing that like in the middle of the reading? I cannot even explain to you that. I'm going to have to process that after I'm done, because I just got hit with like this very strong, I can't say the word, but it's in my head. Okay, yeah, there's like somebody who just, not even a spirit, like a really higher energy that just came in. Their energy is still like fucking here. Oh my God, it's so intense right now. Hold on. Anyway, what I was saying was you're building all of that, and all of those things that you're building, the things you're releasing that are not good for you, and the things that you're building inside are helping you in the long run to grow and bringing you to where you need to be internally. So, and it's bringing you to your next step for like your future spiritual, like they're saying spiritual progression very specifically. Ace of Ariel. They channeled that card to me yesterday. Okay, Four of Gabriel with the Magician. Sudden, they just want me to read you the sudden changes at the bottom. Like, they can literally happen out of nowhere. Hold on, they want me to share something with you guys. So, funny enough, believe it or not, I don't always trust my messages. All right, when I give people messages, I trust them like 1,000,000%. I already know what's going to happen for people. Like when they show me a vision for people, whatever. When it comes to myself, I did trust actually for a long time until something happened that made me question it. But it wasn't because my intuition was wrong. There was another reason. I don't want to get into all that. So a few days ago, like a few different people that I had given messages to earlier this year started validating that it happened for them like recently. And one of them, I talked to somebody and I was just like, oh, I'm like, you guys told me this was going to happen. And the way this is right now, it was like a few weeks ago. I was like, it had nothing to do with me personally, but I was like, I don't really understand how the fuck this is going to happen. Whatever. Dead ass serious. Like just something shifted the other day. Like I don't even know what happened for them. One thing just shifted and then just changed the whole thing out of fucking nowhere. So when that happened, I kind of got this message for myself about like how they're like, I don't know what they're doing in here right now. How things can just shift literally in like 1 second. One download, one moment of clarity, one moment of awareness can literally shift you, which can shift all the other shit outside of you. And all of that stuff has been being prepared for that shift to take place. And as soon as it does, everything's just going to open up. Like, it's going to be crazy. You'll see it and you're going to be like, oh, now I know what she's talking about. But we don't always trust it or believe it because we have fears. We're scared of shit, whatever. So when that happened the other day, it kind of clicked for me. And I was like, okay, well then they'd already kind of given me the answer and I got triggered and I kind of fell back into, I didn't go back into not trusting. I more so went into, I actually handled a lot different. I more so went into, okay, I'm not running away and I'm not doing what I normally do because you guys have told me I do this. So I was like, I don't understand this. So can you help me kind of understand it? And I still don't have full clarity, but I have enough understanding to realize like what I'm seeing is not reality, like whatever. Okay. So I just need to share that for whoever needed that. They asked me to share that. We got the Magician. You can manifest the life you want. What you need will magically appear. Oh, I didn't even realize they said that. Successful beginnings. Okay. That's probably, they're laughing. That's why they said that. Where the fuck's the goddamn card at the bottom? Sudden changes. What you need will magically appear. And that's what I was saying before. So, and I just looked up and I saw 44. That's what I was saying before. Like, it's going to just happen like unexpectedly. It might not be this like crazy ass surprise, but when you shift, whenever you get that and it shifts you, like everything's going to naturally open up where it's almost just kind of like this disbelief because 1 or 2 hours before that, before you got the message, everything looked one way. So it's going to just magically open. I don't know how else to say it. If it's for you, it will happen for you when it's supposed to. So yeah, like that's happening for you. You have to get into the energy where when you know what you want and you're getting the guidance that this is what's happening for you, you have to make choices in alignment with that and not run away no matter what you're seeing or what's triggering you. That's a big lesson I learned that I didn't even know I needed to learn. We got 7 of Michael, Ace of Ariel, 4 of Gabriel. So we got another celebration card. We got the celebration card in the Osho deck too. Some of you I get are being like redirected. Like you are kind of in that darker path energy right now. And you're being guided out of it. Like you might be, they're kind of showing me you might be in this like tunnel energy. This like darker, like, oh, sorry, I'm trying to focus so bad right now. Okay. Jeez. This darker like tunnel energy right now where everything just seems like it's falling apart, and it might actually be falling apart, but you're going to be brought to the light and you're going to understand. And once you do, some type of new opportunity is going to come in for you. So it kind of goes with the rest of the message. It's your lucky day. New resources of money, time, or support. Like it's going to just kind of come in for you. We got the Four of Gabriel, time for a celebration, abundant rewards for your hard work. Release yourself from burdensome situations. So it's like something's going to shift you out of this dark night of the soul, this heaviness, this cycle, whenever this is for you. Obviously, it's, you know, a general reading, so don't take it just because you want it. You would already be intuitively feeling this. This would be kind of validation or like, oh shit, okay, this explains it, and you can kind of feel it resonates with you. And whenever that shift takes place, something's going to come in, and it's going to be something really just like that you've been working really hard for. You already kind of know what you're working hard for. Like we're not incompetent. We all, you know, you don't need to get spirit messages like for it to happen. You're already getting them anyway. But yeah, like you would already know what you're working toward. You might not know when it's going to happen, how exactly it's going to happen, and what it's going to fully look like, but you have some type of clarity and understanding to it. The relationships card came out with my favorite authors. Yeah, there's like some like freaking energy in here. There's like some like higher energies just like chilling in here. I'm not even joking. This is weird as fuck because I've never had this happen before. It feels like they're like watching me and like almost like a jury type thing. I don't even know how to fucking explain this. Like they're sitting at like a round table, like watching me and like almost like monitoring how I handle stuff or what I'm doing or something, but not because like whatever. They're just, it's almost like progress or something. I don't even know how to explain it. Well, I guess they said spiritual progression. I feel like they're going to have like messages for me because I'm not even joking. Whenever that shift just took place, I'm like, I feel like they're opening me up to like talking to other energies. And like, they definitely, yeah. All right. I don't even know how to explain that. I don't know why they're having me doing it in the reading. Maybe like somebody else is going to feel their energy that needs like the energy to feel it or something. I'm not totally sure. We got the illusions card. Oh my God. I can't right now. I'm going to tell you. So, you know, normally I get stuff very clearly. I still get shit clear. That's it. It's not that. Lately, what they've been doing when I'm helping people is they're having me ask people questions. And I know the answer to the question I'm asking, but I don't know what the intention and what the whole purpose of that, the whole journey of conversations supposed to be. And they'll have me talk about my own personal life, or they'll have me talk about a specific situation I'm going through. Have no idea why I'm doing it at all. I'm just doing it because they're guiding me to do it, right? And then by the end of the conversation, we understand why it happened. And I'm like, I don't know why they're having me ask you this. Like, I already know the answer to this. I promise it really has nothing to do with me. And I've noticed they've been doing that a lot with me lately. And I feel like them being here, because they're kind of like leaving right now, like has to do with that for somebody else. And I don't exactly know why. So if it's probably not gonna be for everybody. If it's for you, you'll know it, or they're gonna come to you in your dreams and you're gonna see them the way I just saw them, and you'll feel the energy because you just felt it through me, through the reading, if that makes sense. Not everybody feels energy like that, but some of us do. They're gone. I don't know what, I think I know a little bit, but I don't totally have the full answer on that. Anyway, the illusions. There's something you aren't seeing clearly. Face your shadows with love. Some of you guys definitely need like perception changes. There's things like where you're holding on to fear and you're looking at things from the trauma lens, the trauma perspective, where you're seeing things based on what has already happened to you, what you've already experienced. As you shift and grow, so do things outside of you. And that means that you're not going to keep going into repeated lessons because the way you handle them is different. Fuck, that was a message for me too. I already know that, but I guess I needed it again because as soon as I said, I go, okay, fair. But yeah, and for some of you guys, they want me to share this too. As I was driving to the store today, some shit happened in my house. And I was like, I can't even fucking stress. We got the stress card. I'm like, I can't even stress this. I don't even have the fucking energy for this. Can you guys just help me fix this? Like, I don't even have whatever for it. And I was just like, oh my God, like, why is it one thing after the other, I was like, whatever. So then, there's still an energy lingering. I don't know what he is doing in here. It is not somebody who's passed away either. It's not a spirit like that. Just in case you actually feel who I'm talking about. It's not a spirit who's passed. I feel like somebody that's watching this is being introduced to certain energies and they're needing me to guide you through it for some reason. Like you have gifts and you're not trusting them and they're having me guide you through this reading, which is really weird. But I guess if you're drawn to this and it randomly popped up on your YouTube, then that's probably you that I'm talking to. It's definitely a female for sure. I can feel her energy. It's definitely a female energy that I'm talking to for this reading. Like you, not like the spirit. Anyway, yeah, I'm driving and my attention is drawn across the road up the light pole and I see a fucking bald eagle, which I never see bald eagles. The last time I saw one in person was 3 years ago, almost 3 years ago, February, 3 years ago. And I remember it because a specific thing happened and they had me walk on the trail a specific way. And I was like, I don't know why you guys are having me walk this way, but whatever. And they actually gave me a bunch of signs and they'd actually just blown me up with eagles. And they kind of like assigned the eagle to me for a specific situation. What the fuck was the point I was getting at with that? So the eagle to me a lot of times represents freedom. It represents seeing things from a higher perspective so we can free ourselves from things that are kind of like holding us in and stuff. So that's kind of what this is. The I Am card is coming into your power and your worthiness, knowing you're enough, knowing you're deserving, knowing you're cared about and loved. And no matter what other people do, the way they respond is literally based on their own internal state of being. It really doesn't have to do with you. But if you realize you're always with you, I know we kind of hear this a lot. And when you're feeling unloved, give yourself love. When you're feeling not cared about or not seen, do a video journal. Look at yourself in the mirror, talk to yourself and love and see yourself. And I swear it will shift stuff. We got relationship stress. I can definitely attest to this lately. Fuck. There are shifts in your relationship and they might be under pressure right now, but for the people who are supposed to make it out alive, y'all are going to make it out alive. For the people, like some of you guys are being put under pressure in your relationships because it's helping you see kind of the way you handle stuff, is helping you see kind of like certain things that need to be changed on your end and their end and reflecting energies and stuff like that. So it's happening right now to help you kind of shift and change some of that, like on purpose. Because it's if you're in those situations right now, it's teaching opportunities. So look at like what it's kind of trying to teach you and why. For some of you, it definitely feels like the masculines are going to be opening up to archangels more. One of the archangels was in here before with the other group. All of those. Guys, I'm dead ass serious. See, this is why I love doing this shit live. I'm going to show you. This was like, what? Hold on. My eye's so fucking itchy. Okay, we got Sun and Faith on the bottom. What's the card underneath it? Crystal Clear Quartz Focus. We got Eagle Vision. We got Apple Tree Abundance. Did I not say about the Apple Tree earlier? Then we got the apples. Then we got the Apple Tree Abundance card. And then we got Rain Renewal. Come on. Like, I can't even. I can't. Like, there you go. I feel like I should apologize because I feel like my energy is so spacey and weird, but I know that like the way I'm saying things need to be said because certain people need to hear them. But I feel uncomfortable because I like to feel in control of my readings. I feel like I like to feel very grounded. And I feel like this is a lesson for me too, is they're like, you better post this bitch because people need to hear the messages that you're saying. And even though you're uncomfortable, because I feel ungrounded, even though I'm knowing that they're channeling shit to me because other people need it, makes me uncomfortable to post stuff like that. So I guess we're both in learning cycles. Eagle Vision, what I just said, seeing things from a higher perspective. God damn it. Did one of you guys ask for an eagle message or something? Like a sign from spirit about eagles or something? Because, come on, isn't that weird as shit that I saw that? And it literally happened like almost 3 years ago. And then the eagle card comes out with the apple tree, which I was talking about before. And like, yeah, which These are plumeries. Well, the blue ones are plumeries. I don't know what the pink ones are, but I fucking love the smell of plumeries. They smell so good. It's like as you're changing your perspective and you're seeing things from a higher perspective, you're freeing yourself. And as you're freeing yourself, you're bringing the abundance in and you're going to have a fresh start. It's almost like this energy of it's like wiping the slate clean, like the past where all these things that you're like, I don't know how I'm going to move on from them. I don't know how I'm going to heal them. I don't know how I'm going to feel. All of those things are going to like wash clean and they're going to be very emotionally neutralized. It's almost like, not that you can't access the memories, but you're not even going to like, they're not even going to pop up anymore because you're going to heal the emotional cord with it and the trigger with it. And like, yeah, all that. So I'm just me being me, the curious ass person I am. I'm like, why the fuck did the council come in here while I'm doing a reading? So I've met them before. Okay. That's actually where my awakening started almost 5 years ago. They didn't look like the way they look today when they came in, but it's the same energy. They actually awakened me, literally almost 5 years ago, actually. I think it was in February, like 5 years ago, funny enough. So, right? Yeah, because it was February, I think it was February 2018. So we're about to go into February 2023. So yeah, 5 years ago. Damn, it's been a long ass time. So I've had like the councilmen, one of them come in like my house a few times, but I've never had them where they showed up like that at like a table, almost like they're doing like a review type situation. So I'm really curious if, I think it is for me, but I don't totally feel like it's just for me. I feel like they had me do it because obviously if it wasn't for somebody else, they wouldn't have me do it in a fucking reading. So, and I keep getting like, there's like I keep seeing this female, like, I don't know how old she is. I'm like literally horrible with ages. Younger though, like 20s to 30s. We'll say like mid 20s to 30s. Like somehow when I'm talking about these things, you're feeling the energy in you. So for sometimes it depends on how in tune you are with energy or how much you've been receiving or where you are. But a lot of times when it starts coming in, especially sometimes the archangels, you will know who it is because they will tell you. They come in your chest energy sometimes and you can actually feel them opening your energy up to connect with them. But you will know, like they will tell you. So I promise you will know. The council, I'm not totally sure why they showed themselves. From what I understand about the council, maybe they just want me to talk about them for some reason, okay? Like, from what I understand about them is they kind of work with different dimensions is the wrong word. I feel like we throw the word dimensions around too much, and it's not necessarily dimensions. They work with, they work, okay, let me figure out how the fuck to say this. So there's like intergalactic energy. The best way human words can describe it is this intergalactic energy. So you're talking like Lumerians, Arcturians, that type of energy, Pleiades, like that type of stuff. Not necessarily what you've read online, but like energy that's intergalactic. And they somehow almost like manage the energetic connection between the two, between like the human, earthly realm, dimension, whatever the fuck we're going to call it, and there. And they somehow do that. Some of us work with both energies. So I can understand their energy and I feel their energy. One of my gifts is I'm energy transmitter, but I work with energy. I forgot the word they use to describe it. All kinds of it. So part of my purpose is to be a teacher, and they've told me like I'm an ascended master and stuff like that, is to help. So when I feel an energy, basically that I don't know, basically what happens is when it comes in my presence, it almost like filters through my like system. And then like after a little while, I can tell you exactly what it is and what that energy is. It just takes, I need to introduce it to almost unlock unlock it within my system for me to consciously be able to, humanly be able to explain it. So I work with them and can feel them only because I'm supposed to teach people who work with them, because that's part of my purpose, to get people whatever. And because the way my energy is powerful, and when I give messages, the way my energy comes across and transmutes, it actually gives people energetic coding. So a lot of times when I give people messages, I didn't understand this when I first started doing readings. I'm like, you're going to know this, you're not going to know what I'm talking about right now. You'll know when you're supposed to know. And basically I didn't understand what I was doing, but now I understand a little bit. Is I'm kind of getting this right now, by the way, as I'm telling you this. I'm literally getting the clarity as I'm saying this. So when I say things, it gives energetic coding to people, and the coding unlocks at a specific time, divine timing, right? A specific time to help them where they need to go. So that's the reason why I'm able to work with those energies. If you notice, a lot of times people are like, who are mediums, primarily work with like spirit energies. That's where their frequency is. My frequency is constantly shifting and adapting to wherever the fuck I am and whatever is going on, so I can understand the energy and give the guidance that it needs and stuff like that. So maybe some of you guys are being activated in this reading, which has never happened that I'm aware of. That's pretty badass. I'm really curious to see now. Now I'm curious because I like to know things. I'm not going to lie. I'm definitely a knowledge seeker. I like to know things and understand things. And I love when people ask me questions, because when people ask me questions about spiritual shit, I don't normally question it unless somebody asks me and I go, oh, let me see why this is like this. I don't give a shit. It works and I know it's true. So whatever. And so now this just made me go, all right, what is this and what's going on? But I honestly get the feeling that like there's definitely something for me, that I'm about to open up to something new that I can feel for sure. And I can feel it in my stomach and my nervousness, like, cause I can feel how powerful it is. And it's like the fear of that. But I think for some of you, it's actually to activate you and some of your energies. And you might feel it like a tingling in your stomach, or like a little like tingly or pressure in your chest after they came in, or even like tingling in your arm sometimes. I usually feel it in my left arm because I mostly work with feminine energy. But yeah, you might feel it like that in your body. So if you do, like as they were coming in or as I was saying certain things, that's probably what it is. So you're probably getting activated. That's really cool. I've never done this before, but I'm almost wondering if they're going to have me start doing activations in videos now. I honestly get the feeling they're going to have me start doing activations in videos to reach more people, to help them with actually like understanding what the fuck's going on. That is so badass. It's so cool. All right. And maybe that's why I've been watching all these magical movies lately too. Because like, as I was going through the inner child shit the last few weeks, I was like, I'm going to watch some Disney movies. And I'm just like, watch all these magical movies. I'm like, these are so cool. I love these warriors, especially like the badass women who are like warriors. And they just like, they're not even mean. Like, they're considered bitches in our society, but they're not. They're just very strong and bold. And they're like, they're fearless. Like, they're not fearless, but they act fearless and they'll do stuff and whatever. I love that. Like, I totally would try to embody that as much as I can. So anyway, all right. Well, I hope this helped. I hope that you guys all have an awesome holiday. Have a great weekend. And I will definitely be doing another reading soon.